Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. 10:25 in the morning. Please be careful if you are heading to the game today. Well, we're going to welcome in the Lackawanna men's basketball team. Head coach Brian Coyle with us. And, Brian, welcome in today.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great to see you and see the fellas here. And got a nice group of guys. You guys are having a fantastic year. Let's talk about the season thus far.
Yeah, the season's been going really good for us. We're ranked 18th in the country right now. The guys have been in the gym working hard. They've been in the weight room working really hard, and I think everything's starting to pay off. We just lost our last game against a Division I team, Monroe, but before that, our last 5 games, we've won by 71, 30, 30, and 54. So we've been able to put some things together. I think we're peaking at the right time. We're finding each other, and we're relying on each other. So, we're really having a lot of fun. And like I said, the hard work is starting to pay off.
How about number-wise? What kind of roster are we looking at there for the Falcons?
Right now we're carrying about 15 guys. We're heavy in a rotation, so we're playing anywhere from 10 to 12 guys, depending on the speed and tempo of the game. We have 5 guys, almost 6 guys, who are averaging double figures. So we have a really balanced scoring attack, and we're really hard to defend in that way. So once you start keying on somebody, somebody else steps up, and we have that ability. So that's, a great benefit for us.
How about size-wise? Talk about how you match up against some of these other teams that you're going up against.
We have a lot of size. I'm not gonna lie. We not only with the size, but so we 6'7", 240. John Williams, Stefan Rodriguez, 6'5", 223 pounds. Christian Gill, 6'8", 220. And we also have a guard, Keon Faulkner-Smith, with us, and he's 6'7", and plays the 2 to the 3. So we got a lot of size. We match up really well. Our league is, very athletic. The size is a difference maker. So we're right there to the top of our league. But we always strive to play like the bigger Division I teams, and then that's where our size looks small. We just played Monroe up in New Rochelle, and we look small. So it's you get a good balance of both. Like in Region 19, we're one of the bigger teams, and then when we play up, now we're really challenged.
Jonathan Williams is on this team, so tell us a little bit about what he's all about and what he brings to the table for this squad.
Well, John's been playing tremendous this year. I think he's working for us for the last 2 years. Working on his skill set, his shooting ability, it's been off the charts this year. Like I said, he's 6'7", 240 pounds, moves really well. Last year, he was the number 11th three-point shooter in the country. He's getting a lot of Division I, Division II interest. So I'm really happy for him. He's been working really hard in the classroom and on the court.
All right, let's welcome in Jonathan Williams here on the John Mendola Show. And Jonathan, welcome in. Let's talk about the hometown, where you're from, and making your way to Lackawanna.
After high school, I decided to transfer to Lackawanna. I graduated from Dunmore, class of 2016. And I plan to go to Lackawanna and get a better education for myself, for education and basketball-wise.
Well, remember seeing you on the high school floor and thinking, boy, this guy's got so much upside. Here we are in college life, and I think we're seeing a little bit more of that. What's it like being in the college life and learning a little bit about yourself, of getting to class and making sure that you're doing the job on the floor and in the classroom?
It's a big step, maturity. Lots of things have changed from college, from high school. It's a lot of difference. It's you just got to get it done, no second guessing it. There's no time to waste. Just get there and get the job done.
Let's talk about your teammates and getting along with these guys, the guys from probably all over the country that you get to meet. So what's that adjustment been like?
It was an easy adjustment. We all came together early during preseason. We knew what we had to do to get done, and we just went with the flow and just took over.
Some of the biggest role models in your life, your mom and dad, and talk about the things about them pushing you to be who you are as a person.
Well, yeah, my mother and my father, just seeing my mother wake up every morning, going to work, working hard every day for me and my brothers, it's really inspiring. So I decided to do this all for myself and work hard every day.
When you get to hang out with the guys and you're not doing basketball, what are some fun things that you guys like to do to get together?
We like to get in the gym, get shots up, work out together, push each other, or just hang out up in the dorms and play games.
All right. And as far as getting that next step for you, trying to get to another school, you still wide open thinking, hey, you'd like to play some more ball?
Yeah, I like to play basketball more. I'd like to continue this.
All right, Jonathan. Well, great to hear your story. Great to see you again.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Jonathan Williams there out at Dunmore and via now Lackawanna College doing some great stuff. And Brian, let's get to our next player that's with us today and tell us who it is.
This is Stefan Rodriguez. He's from the Reading area, went to Governor Mifflin High School. Stefan is an unbelievable post player. He's got some of the best post moves in our league. Relentless work ethic. It's really hard to get him out of the gym. And he's a phenomenal academic student too. He's just coming off a grade point average of a 3.8. So it's really nice to see how hard he's been working and everything coming to fruition right now. He's got an unbelievable motor on the court, and it's really starting to take dividends. He's averaging a double-double, and a lot of the Division IIs and some Division Is are taking notice.
All right, let's welcome in Stefan Rodriguez here on the John Mendola Show. And Stefan, let's talk about growing up in your hometown and where you're from and what that was like.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm from Reading, Pennsylvania, and the area that I grew up in is pretty calm. Like, I live in the suburbs, so not too much going on out there. But at an early age, I started playing basketball and just fell in love with it. So here I am, just trying to see how far I could take it.
Well, the game of basketball has changed a lot. Maybe back when Coach Coyle and I played and beyond, kids are playing, maybe in their backyard or different things. Now there's a lot of travel ball and stuff like that. Talk about, growing up basketball, what that was like for you. Did you play at a park a lot? Did you do travel ball? Was your high school a pretty good team?
Yeah, my high school wasn't so good, but, I did play AAU, and my AAU team was really good. I traveled a lot of places, went to New York, Virginia, Ohio, played in a bunch of different tournaments. But, yeah, that helped me out a lot. And also, going to the park a lot definitely helped me with my game.
Classroom is the most important thing. That's where you're excelling, 3.8 grade point average. Talk about taking academics seriously.
Well, just coming out of high school, I knew if I wanted to get into a good school, whether it's D2, D1, wherever I land, academics is the most important thing. You can't play if you're ineligible, so I just try to do that. And also looking up to my big brother, he's just graduated college, so just following in his footsteps.
And let's talk about the family you have there at Lackawanna College and getting along with the guys, and you guys having a good camaraderie there on the floor.
Yeah, it started early in preseason, all the workouts, like the weightlifting, the plyometrics with all my teammates. I just think this group of guys, they all want it just as bad as I do. So we're all in the gym late after practice, before practice, getting right with the trainer, taking care of our bodies. We all want it just as bad.
All right, Stefan, well, great to hear about you, and we wish you the best at the next level.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Stefan Rodriguez there with Lackawanna College. And Coach Coyle, one more fellow to talk to here in this segment, and tell us who we're talking to next.
This is Christian Gill. He's a sophomore, 6'8", 220 pounds, coming from Inglewood, New Jersey. Christian is an extremely high character student athlete, and I say student because he's got another grade point average of 3.0 or better. He's just an unbelievable worker. A lot is to be said about him because he wasn't a high recruit coming out of college. I took one look at him and I felt that he could be very successful. And, nothing makes me feel better is when we go back and play some of these New Jersey teams and they can't believe how much he's improved. And that's a lot of credit to who Christian is as a character. So, I'm really happy, and he's doing really well. We had a little bit of a hiccup this year with his almost breaking his fifth metacarpal in his foot, but he's bounced back really strong, and he helps us out tremendously.
All right, let's welcome in Christian Gill here on the John Mendola Show from Lackawanna College Falcons basketball team. And, Christian, let's talk about your role on the team. What does Coach Coyle expect of you?
He just expects me, post up, get rebounds and everything. Just play my role pretty much.
Let's talk about that size that you have. How did you try to use that to your advantage? And then, as Coach said, it seems like you're getting better. Your game's growing a little bit there at Lackawanna College.
Just trying to take my role pretty much and get up. Keep doing what I have to do to get better.
You guys are playing some good competition in the league. As Coach said, you played a tough school the other night. You guys lost, and you haven't had too many of them this year. Talk about the shooters on the team this year. Who's shooting well for you?
Who's shooting well for us? Our point guard, we call him Squirt. That's Javante, though. He's pretty good. Another person is, we call him Chops. It's Alfonso. He's from my hometown. He's not that bad. Feel me? We got some good, decent people that can shoot. Everyone can shoot their role and everything. Doing
the job in the classroom. You like math, carrying a 3.1 grade point average. Talk about what it's like to balance the academics and the athletics at the college level. Not an easy task.
It's really not, but in high school, you just got to focus, because I wasn't really that good, but, I had a lot of people that motivated me, keep me going, and then, they just put me on the right track, and then after that, I just kept it going.
Let's talk about your family and how they support you, whether they get out to a game and see you there, or whether they're giving you a call to help encourage you as well, or maybe over the holidays when you head back home.
For example, my sister, she's always there for me. She always motivated me, and her boyfriend too, always put me on the right track. He always told me what I need to do, work on. Same thing for my brother, always took me out to the courts, always got me better just playing with him. And then my dad, he always made sure I stay with my books, and then it's always on the right track.
Christian, life after Lackawanna College, what do you think is in the path for you coming up afterwards?
Hopefully playing for a better school, getting better, work on my game, and to be athletic trainer or forensic scientist.
All right, we'll keep working towards those goals, Christian. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Christian Gill from Lackawanna College here on the John Mendola Show. We're going to come back. We'll talk with a couple more players and Coach Coyle here. We want to tell you some more locations you can pick up a copy of our basketball magazine. Well, you can grab a copy right now if you choose so at McCarthy Tire, located in Wilkes-Barre or Kingston, the Hilton Garden Inn. Shooting Stars Gymnastics, like to thank Attorney Jonathan Comets, located right on Public Square. Dr. Bernard France, Ellie's Pizza in South Wilkes-Barre. Daniel J. Hughes Funeral Home, Knockley Pharmacy in Hanover. Corbett Insurance, locations in Nanticoke and the Back Mountain. Darrell Hubbard State Farm. Luzerne Optical, The Athletic Image, Dr. Todd Pacheski, and Jeremy Paczynski State Farm, located in Drums and in Pottsville. 10:38 here, WILK. More Lackawanna College men's basketball coming your way. We're going to talk some Myers basketball on the high school level coming up as well. Let's take a time out. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jen Ricky Loophole. Break like a good neighbor. Jen Ricky Loophole is there. We'll be back here in WILK. Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here at WILK. 10:42 in the morning. Please be careful driving today. The roads in some areas still a little slick. A lot of the side roads icy, slushy, snowy, you name it. So, and that ice getting it off the windshield, not an easy task, that's for sure. Coach Coyle from Lackawanna College joining us here this morning with the men's basketball team. And, Coach, we got a couple more guys to get to, so let's talk about Javante Pipkin.
Javante's from Staten Island. He's our point guard for the Lackawanna. And if you know me, I played point, so I'm very hard on my point guards, and he's been able to surpass all my expectations. He's a hard-nosed player from the city who gets after it defensively and offensively, and is a great leader for our team.
All right, let's welcome in Javante Pipkin here on the John Mendola Show. And Javante, let's talk about playing point guard and what's it like. You got a lot of weapons, I'm sure, to get the ball to.
Yeah, I love playing point guard for this team. We have a lot of shooters like John Williams, Keon. It's easy to just get them the ball in the right spots.
How about your ability to shoot? Can you shoot as well?
It's all right on and off. I have my days.
You got a big family, so talk about your sister or brothers, or you got a couple older, a couple younger.
Yeah, I have an older brother, Jermaine. He wasn't really into sports as much, but he always was on me with school and basketball. And my younger brother, Joshua, he looks up to me a lot, so I try to do right. And my little sister, she's just the reason why I do everything I do.
Yeah, she's 8 years old. Her eyes are probably wide open, saying, "That's my guy." Looking at you, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome to hear. Let's talk a little bit about the relationship you have with the guys at the school there.
Well, this being my second year, I'm close with a lot of them, and we have 3 other guys from Staten Island that I actually grew up with them, so it wasn't like a just met at school thing. I have a pretty good relationship with everybody. I'm a cool person.
Staten Island connection there with Lackawanna College. Let's talk about your mom and the things that she has done to help put you in the position you're in to be at Lackawanna College and to be doing things you love, play basketball, and to be in the classroom and doing a nice job there with a 3.0 grade point average.
She stayed on me my whole life. Like, I'll come home 75, 78. So it was never good enough. I would think it was good, but she made sure she always pushed me to do better. She don't really understand basketball that much, but she stays on the school thing, and she's gonna support whatever I do.
Well, she's the smart one with the academic part, pushing you there, and like all good parents, that continue to push young men and young women in the classroom. How about some fun stuff you do with the guys? What's 1 or 2 things that you really enjoy to do there at Lackawanna when you guys aren't playing basketball?
Well, we play 2K. They know I'm the best. I don't lose a lot in that. Play 2K. We rap for fun. You know, it's not really much. It's not much to do. We just make the best out of what we got.
All right, Javante. Well, keep going and keep dishing that ball around there, Lackawanna. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, Javante Pipkin from via Staten Island to Lackawanna College, and get back to Coach Coyle. And Coach, we have one more guy to talk to, and let's talk a little bit about that recruiting part of getting these guys out of Staten Island and places like that, and making sure you get a complete team before we get over to Keon Smith.
Yeah, it's funny the recruiting part with Staten Island. Like Javante said, we have about 5 or 6 guys from Staten Island on the team, and they were neighborhood friends, and they went to the same high school. And even Bransford went to Curtis, so they played against each other, and they've had that connection, which makes it really easy for us. We're just going out and trying to recruit some of the best players. People think junior college, maybe a poor academic kid, but that's not really the case with us. We brought in 12 recruits this freshman class, and 7 of them are qualifiers. Some had Division II offers, full scholarships that they turned down to come to here. So it's more about the fit for the student, athlete, the quality of life that they're going to have there. And I think really what's happening is it's really starting to benefit and pay off.
And we're seeing a lot of success out of the athletic programs at Lackawanna. Mark Duda's done a tremendous job with the football program. But the women's basketball team this year doing some great stuff. You get to see them, I'm sure, sometimes play some basketball there at the Student Union.
Yeah, we're very close with the women's program, and we do a lot of traveling together. Both teams are extremely supportive over each other. The one thing that Lackawanna does right is they hire a really good coaching staff, from every sport. Like you said, Mark Duda, winningest coach in JUCO football. Joya Whittington, she's an unbelievable college basketball coach. I mean, she's a phenomenal recruiter, and she knows the X's and O's, and she's very successful. In the way that she has her women's team operating right now is really fun to watch. And even Bruce Thompson with baseball. I mean, he does a phenomenal job as well. And everybody is laser focused on, the student athletes there, trying to get them to mature faster, prep them for the next level, and they've had a lot of success. So to be honest with you, I can go kind of in any office and just start picking their brain for ideas, and it's really benefited our program too.
Keon Smith is a freshman, so what does he offer here for Lackawanna College?
Well, Keon's very dynamic. He's a 6'7", 2 guard who's got a great shooting ability, but he's also very dynamic in the point where, he gets a lot of dunks. He's definitely the leading dunker in our region. He gets about 4 or 5 a game. I think I was doing some highlights from our first 11 games, and I think he had over 50. So it's pretty fun to watch. It's very entertaining. The recruiting story with him is pretty funny as well, because he's the first guy I recruited. When I got the job 2 years ago on June 25th, I was at an AAU event, and the first team I saw was Keon's AAU team, and I'm like, wow, I got to call this guy. But the information in the book was bad. So we get in a little bit into our season, and I noticed on Javante's Facebook page, he had a picture with them. So I was like, who is this kid? And, we started talking about it, and then I reached out to Keon, and that's how it became, the Falcon.
That's an awesome story. Great to hear. Let's welcome in Keon Smith here on the John Mendola Show. And Keon, let's talk about getting along with these guys and your ability to dunk. You're doing a heck of a job with that stuff, huh?
Yeah, getting along with the guys, it wasn't hard. We do in preseason. We did a lot of weightlifting, got to know everybody, got real close. And as far as dunking go, that's what I do best.
Where'd you get the ups from? Just something at a young age? You remember your first time you threw one down?
First time, I think summer of 8th grade.
Nice.
In outdoor court, summer of 8th grade. Yeah, it was a rim grazer.
A rim grazer, gotta like that. Let's talk about your ability on the floor. What you see while you're out there, what you try to do to contribute to this team.
What I try to do contribute to the team, I bring a lot of scoring and different types of. I do everything. I could go in for playing defense, blocking shots, rebounding, putting the ball in the rim.
How about defensively? Who are some of the go-to guys defensively that could stop best opponent on the other team?
Coach look at me for that.
You got a lot of pressure on you, dunking some and playing some good defense. How about the fun that you're having with the guys? I'm sure there's some long bus rides, some places, and whether you're watching a movie on your own or you guys are playing some video games or whatever, what do you try to do to keep things light?
I don't know what Squirky told me he's the best in 2K though, but he ain't never beat me.
A lot of rivalries here on this own team. Getting back to Coach Coyle. Coach, you talk about Keon Smith and these guys here, and of course having a lot of fun. It's a competitive group, and they want to push each other. I'm sure these practices get pretty intense.
Yeah, that's something that we've designed as a culture to be very competitive. Everything we do in practice, from a warm-up drill to like an offensive drill, we keep score. So there's teams, blue and white, are going after it. That carries over, and I feel that breeds a lot of success. And it keeps us focused on a winning attitude, and even if it's like a small drill, they're thinking strategy, how we're going to win this, how we're going to come together. So the communication's on a high level, and I think that really carries over in the court. And at the junior college level, you don't have all that time as a 4-year school, so you got to do things and put things in place where that kind of gets done quicker. Well,
Brian, great to hear with the Lackawanna College men's basketball team. Hear your story today. People want to come out and check you out at the Student Union Center. There'll be some home cooking coming up soon, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Within the next 2 weeks, we have some home games, and we're getting into the conference play, so it's going to be some really, really good basketball.
Well, Lackawanna College men's basketball team, Brian, thank you for bringing the guys in. Great to see you.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
All right. And the Falcons, having a great year thus far. I think 13 wins so far, so looking to build on that. If you'd like to pick up a copy of our basketball magazine, you could do it right now at any McCarthy Tire Service located here in northeastern Pennsylvania. The locations: Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, and Hazleton. I want to thank our friends at Andy Perugino's in Luzerne, Keeley's Pub, the Overbrook Restaurant, the Athletic Republic in Dallas, McCarthy Tire, as I mentioned, Straub Metal, also generous enough to help us out this year. And, of course, you could do it at our Carol and Janelle, located in the pizza capital of the world. Well, we come back, we're going to talk Myers basketball. 10:53 here, WILK. Let's head out to our local State Farm insurance agent, Matt Daly. Break like a good neighbor. Matt Daly is there. We'll be back at WILK.